Hello Airsoft friends, and welcome to this video today where I'm going to be attempting to acquire a new skill. I like learning new things and trying new things and seeing, what you can do by expanding your skill set, and today's going to be a little adventure, really. Yeah, it's something that I've never done before. It's something which I've quite enjoyed watching videos of online before in the past. I think everybody finds these kinds of things quite satisfying, and yeah, I'm hoping to hopefully add to that satisfaction today. So what is it we're going to be doing? Well, today everyone, we're going to be doing hydro dipping. Ooh. And what hydro dipping is, it's when you take like a film or spray paint or something, you put it into water, you take the thing that you want to paint, you put it in, and then the painty stuff that's in the water then goes onto your thing, and then it looks great, and that's it, you're done now. So, how am I going to do it? Well, I'm not actually going to use spray paint. I've actually got some proper hydrographic dipping films like this, and they're all camouflage related, because I want to make sure the thing that I'm painting today is going to be super hidden and camouflaged, because it's supposed to be used with sniper rifles and other things like that, so it wants to be hidden. But what is the thing, you may be asking? Well, it is my fancy brand new RunCam Scope Cam case. It fits the Lite and it also fits the 4K version. It just clips on and then protects your scope and lets you use the buttons and things. So yeah, quite handy. I've spoken about these before and I've got a lot of feedback from people in terms of like, usability and features and whatnot. So they have had a few changes, like the front honeycomb is gone and it's been replaced with just a hole there. The buttons I've rounded off just to make it a little bit tidier, but apart from that, everything else is still as is. And people quite liked it because it meant that they could like paint this and camo this instead of having to paint up and camo the camera, which is like a big plus. So yeah, I want to try and do that today, but hydro dipping it and see if it looks really, really good. So I've got these films. I don't know which one I'm going to use there. I'm just going to pick one and then we'll go from there. So this is the ones that I've got. A lovely kind of green leafy kind of grass type camo. What's this one? This is like a darker kind of like woodlandy camo. You can see there's like leaves and bark and trees and stuff on that one. More autumn leaves, there's trees on there, autumny leaves and things like that on there as well. Let's go for this one. Let's go for the grassy one and see how that goes. And if it looks rubbish, I can always redo it again and make it better. Fingers crossed, hopefully. But what are the steps? What's the process to do in order to make this happen? Well, step one, get the thing that you want to print. Done. Thing I want to print is here. Step two, pick your color. Well, this is actually not step two. I'll put that down. Step two is preparing your item for print. So what that means is I want to rub it down with this red cubey spongy thing, which feels horrible. It's like cotton wool and I hate cotton wool. I've got to rub it down with that because that will clean it and scratch the surface ready for paint to adhere. Then once that's done, I've got a beige primer that I need to do. 3 coats of that, a light dusting, and then proper sprays. Spray that on there. Yummy, really good. And then once that's set, I then want to take my film, put it in water, 28 to 30 degrees, leave it in there for 60 seconds. Then I want to spray this on, not that one. I need to spray this on here, which is a hydro dipping activator spray. That makes it all ready. And then when that's done, I need to take my part that's been primered and then dip it in like that. And then that'll put the design on there. And then once that's done, I need to let this dry, and then spray this lacquer, this matte lacquer on it. And then that will seal it. And then everything is done. So there's quite a few different steps in there. I don't know how many steps there are in total because I didn't count them, but we're just going to get going with the first one of scratching this up and yeah, getting ready for paint. And there we go. I'm happy with that. It's like dulled the whole piece down. It's like, in real life, it's not as shiny as it was before. It's still got a nice shine to it, but it was a lot shinier, really, but that's dumbed it down, so that looks good. So now, what I am going to do is take, which one? The beige primer spray here, and I'm going to do 3 light coats on the part, and hopefully it will look all right, and then we'll be ready to paint. I'm only going to spray the outside of it. I'm going to like put it on like a side like this and just choo, and then we should be good to go. So let's do that now. I think that's coat 1 done. We're going to let that here to dry and we'll come back and then do another coat shortly. So while that first coat is drying, I'm actually going to get my dipping station sorted, and to do that I'm going to be doing it in the bath, but in this tub in the bath. And I've been told by a dipping professional that the water needs to be between 28 and 30 degrees, otherwise it just won't work. So I've got my temperature gun here, which I use on my 3D printers, and I'm going to see if I can, well, get the temperature to where I need it to be. So turning on the hot tap, if I temperature gun it, So that's at 42 degrees, 40 degrees, and it's going up, which makes sense because I just turned the tap on. I guess if I make it about what? If I just put it in the tub, and then if it's too hot, then I'll just put some cold in, that should be okay. Yeah, let's do that. Next thing I want to do is I want to cut off my piece of dipping film. There's essentially one spatula length that way, and then one for those bits there. Cool. Right, let's go cut the film. Now, he did say just like standard scissors is okay to cut this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and hopefully it will be okay. Big thank you to Dip This. I popped an order in and they gave me an extra sheet of another camouflage as well. So thank you for that, dudes. You know what? That actually does look pretty good. I'll do another coat, pretty much the exact same as I did the first one. But all in all, I'm really happy with how that's looking. It's not the smoothest surface in the world, but then again, it doesn't really need to be. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's get going. That was definitely a heavier coat than the first one. We'll have to give this one a little bit longer to dry, I think. But, you know, overall, still doesn't look too bad. So, all good. Primered half of my fingers too, but oh well. All in the name of science. While we're waiting for the second coat to dry, I've just come back in and checked the temperature again of the water tub. And it's currently at 43 degrees. So it's lost a degree or two. It's not really going down that quickly. So I'm fully expecting that before we dip it, we're gonna have to reduce the temperature just by putting the cold tap on. So no big deal. On the plus side though as well, my cut filmy thing is the perfect size. So yeah, looking good so far. Okay, so our water's the right temperature, so now it's time to put the film in. Of course, the sticky side will go in the water. Then we spray our activator, and when it's all glossy, it's dipping time. So let's now put this in the water, and we'll try not to get any air bubbles. Okay, that looks good. It's rolling up though, for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's spreading out again now, so that's good. Let's count to 60 seconds as well. I have seen people put like masking tape on the sides, and I guess that's why, to stop it from rolling up. So yeah, next time we dip something, we're definitely gonna do that. Time for the activator spray. Give it a good shake. I'd like to think that's gonna be enough. Okay. Oh no! Oh, I dropped it, bugger. Oh god, it's all over me. It's all over me. There we go. Okay, I'll be back in a second. I didn't think this through. We're gonna leave the light on in that room, let the fan go because the activator spray was a little bit more aerosol-y than I thought it would be. So we're gonna leave that in there for now just to try and air off, and we'll have a little bit of a closer look at the scope cover, which actually I think it looks really good. Oh, considering I dropped it. And here is the final result. Look at that. Now it does look a little bit out of place, I'll admit, because on the sniper rifle nothing else is camoed in, but that is what the scope cam cover looks like after my, oh my god, camera, there you go, after my hydro dipping. And you know what? I think that looks pretty darn good. Like if the rest of the rifle and the scope and everything else was like camoed up and then that was like placed on top, it would be like not out of place at all. And like it looks good, it looks grassy. I guess it kind of depends on what playing zone you're at, whether or not that would fit in more. But I do have like more greeny colored ones, and with this as well, because the base coat comes through the film for the hydro dipping, I could do like a green base coat maybe to make it a bit greener or stuff like that. But yeah, it looks really cool, especially if you take it off as well, because if I take it off, that's just what the whole kind of rigging looks like. And putting it on, it definitely, like, I mean, in this kind of like circumstance anyway, it makes the camera stand out more. But I kind of feel like it also makes it look more hidden, if that kind of makes sense. Like, I'd rather it be on the gun than not in the current state. Like, that looks cool, don't get me wrong, it's all right. But at the same time, that I feel like is a bit, you know, camoed up. And yeah, I quite like it. So not too bad of a first experience. Granted, it didn't dip as well as I would like it to have done. Like, you can see it's quite jaggedy in areas and whatnot, and I accidentally did drop it in because I couldn't hold it properly. But I learned a lot from this experience, and I'm excited that this was, you know, it came out at least this good, because I definitely am going to hydro dip more in future. And, you know, potentially I can do hydro dip versions of these cases and add them to the store if you would be interested in those. So yeah, but I will try and get better at it first before offering them, unless you wanted to buy them at this kind of dip quality, and if so, then we're all ready to go. And as for this video, that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Huge shout out to all of my wonderful Patreons who are just absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for supporting the channel month on month. You are amazing. And also a big shout out to Project Airsoft for sponsoring this video, of course. If you want to pick up one of these scope cam cases, or also one of these upgraded bits too, essentially what this is a scope ring replacement thing for the upper scope ring on your scope. So like you see here, you replace this part with this, and then it means that you can mount cameras higher and stuff like that. And now my scope cam is in the perfect position to watch my BBs, and it's just wonderful. So yeah, that's on the website. These are on the website. Also, cases for the Get Up F1 camera, they're on the site now as well. As you can see, lots of different variants and different colors and things like that too. So yeah, lots of really good stuff, although they don't have pictures on them yet, because I need to do the pictures. Oh no, they might have pictures on by the time this video goes live. That's exciting. So yeah, there you go. New things on the website. Check out Project Airsoft. I love you all very much. Thank you for watching. Remember to call your hits, and I'll see you in the next one.